Hello, and welcome to the newest episode of Show Me Your Diamond podcast. My diamond today is Aelita Leto. She is a Feng Shui master and astrologist. And today is a very special day. We are meeting not just by chance, because today is the last day of the Year of the Dragon. And from tomorrow is the new lunar year, and we're welcoming the Year of the Wooden Snake. Welcome, Aelita. Tell us more about this special occasion.
Thank you so much, Julia. So happy to share this wonderful opportunity as the last is celebrating the last day of the year of a dragon and welcoming the new moon of the Yin Wood snake, which starts tomorrow. So the 29th of the January, based on the lunar cycle, we are stepping into the new magical, mystical transformation. I think for a lot of people, the Year of a Dragon has been grand, powerful, requested a lot of leadership skills, maybe being over ambitious and kind of having the big vision to manifest, to pull forward. I find that the year of a snake is a continuum. It's almost like if the dragon is the body, the year of a snake is like a tail that kind of lingers and continues, follows through your intentions, your opportunities, your visions. But what's important, it's important to right now is to be patient because as we always transition, like from outside in to inside out, as we know in Feng Shui, it's very important to notice that what are the what is the nature expression by the snake? And snake by nature, one important part, it does not have eyelids. What does that mean? That means the awareness about the surroundings, to have X-ray vision, to noticing everything, what's around, has a really earthy, grounded viewpoint. So is as a contrast to the dragon, which was the young wood kind of big and famous and kind of almost like a teenager, conquering the world and almost like flying as fast as they could, like fast and furious. Then snake allows us to actually slow down and stay grounded and really look and observe. What are we what are we changing? Where are we in a present moment? And this is a sacred time. This is very special time during still in a month of the ox, where we need to not to be rigid because snake by nature right now still sleeping. And if you disturb things and you kind of step on a sleepy snake, it might actually be very vicious and also bite fast by because being confused. So, as an energetical value for how to conduct yourself at the very moment as we are transitioning from the winter towards the spring, and from the year of a dragon to the year of a snake, with the patience and flexibility. The same way, like snake is just very genuinely, how to say, elegant, smooth, does not really seek for spotlight. It's more like an X-ray vision and feels the every single vibration of Earth. And what's unique today was also why I'm smiling. This morning in Florence, we had enormous storm, like thunderstorm and lightning and hail and wind. And now when I'm meeting with you, it's a blue sky and the sun is just almost like naturally taking the year of like purging and switching. And it's the image that kind of is that the dragon is leaves with its,
With
I
the
am
bang.
in the bang. Exactly. I love that.
The man, it almost feels like more male energy, living with the bang and letting
Of
in
course.
the feminine energy, the more
Exactly.
delicate. And I love what you said because Actually, while you were describing what's happening, I could totally relate because at the moment I feel that I have slowed down so much. I'm not rushing, I'm not running. I'm just really trying to take it and allowing myself to do that because usually I'm so active. I'm everywhere. I'm traveling, I'm running. And you know what? Now I'm not. And I actually just naturally felt this is what the nature is doing. And that's okay for me to slow down, to prepare. And also for the spotlight, you were so again on the spot what you said, how I felt. 2 3 days ago I was at a party and I arrived late and I arrived with a little bit of bang because I love fashion, so I love dressing up boldly, and usually people notice when I arrive. But when I was leaving, I felt like I didn't want the spotlight. I didn't want people, I didn't want to draw the attention, so I left in an English manner without saying goodbye, without drawing attention to me, letting people enjoy the party. And this is so natural. Now you're describing it that that's exactly what's happening actually in the universe. So Aelita, why do we need to be aware of what the year of the snake is? Like, how would that help us? How would that, obviously, me recording the podcast, I want this to help so many readers, listeners, followers tell. How would knowing what's going on and what the ear of the snake brings would help people?
Once and for most important part, the Chinese astrology, or what we observe in the cycles of time, it's not the prediction of something good or bad. What it is, it allows us to see what energy, what quality of the chi, quality of energy is available to all of us. And the same way, like you would go to, let's say, to the party or buffet, let's envision you going to the restaurant, and for out of 12 animals, or out of 12 people, not everybody will enjoy the same food or same, let's say, if you love, what's your favorite food?
Hmm.
Cuisine, let's say Indian cuisine, or you like the Italian, do you like
I
Japanese?
like healthy food. If someone could cook delicious, healthy, vegan or vegetarian food, I love
You
that.
see, you see, and then you tell this to somebody who loves the meat and who loves is like, so you have your own preferences.
Yeah.
And that feeds your energetical value to your body. So as we more we have awareness, what energy is brought by, let's say, last year of the dragon and this year of the snake, is to adjust, adapt the energy that is available to all of us. For example, flexibility is the way that the body of the snakes moves around. It's absolutely necessity. And that's availability to all of us. So that means if somebody is rigid, let's say ox,
I
or
could think of an ex-husband of mine.
so when you think about certain characteristics of the outer 12 animals, everybody has its your own unique approach. Then you take understanding that snake, for example, does not have eyelids, so awareness. So when you enter the party, for example, you would first, as a snake, you would first screen everybody, and then if you have the ability, you will know who to approach because that is the clarification of your inner intuition, your inner insight, like almost like you feel it, your gut feeling. It's not about what you know, but how you feel about certain things, certain day, certain person, certain subject. That's a relatedness. That's why the snake is also does not have a feet or hands. What would that encourage us all is to create and align yourself with the community. Where can you relate yourself to who? Right? So communicating, mingling with one's resonates We don't go to all possible ways, but this is kind of quiet. The tea time, the girls' night, the spa day, I mean, there's going to be way for us to create a quality of our choices. And that's what suggests. If last year was all about, you need to get on a stage, you need to just say, no matter what is in the audience, I just want them to see me. Okay. Then this year, you actually select what stage you want to step on, what community you want to integrate into, what resonates, what type of let's say subject of field is interest to you. And then you add the quality of the wood, like a yin wood, that's really with artistry, design, writing, poetry, writing songs, listening, music, going to the beautiful places, simple nurture, going like visiting something that is like food for your soul, gardening, like a beautiful British gardens. So these are the elements that we enhance, and you have to pick and choose what feeds you, what feeds your soul at that very moment. And there's the combination in Chinese astrology. We're not only looking for what year you're born, but we're looking also at your year, the month, the day, and the hour. And all those elements, qualities between the yin and yang, five elements, and 12 animals creates your nature, your DNA, who you are as you are unique.
I loved what you're saying because, and it's a beautiful clarification because for people who are not into, I don't know, astrology, spirituality, it's all blurry, right? And it feels, many people think astrology is a prediction. And I love what you said. It's not.
No, it's identifying the quality of energy and relatedness to it. For example, like a lot of the guides would say, oh, this is a Yin Wood snake. But what does that really mean? What does it mean, the wood element? And I can tell you that it's not something that's made of wood. You'll relate to the quality of chi, of energy. And that is something like spring. That is something fresh. That is a seed that's just sprouting. So why we also want to be extremely gentle with ourselves at the moment, because you can snap your the beauty of your just the potential of this kind of sprouting seed, and then you can spoil the harvest. So as we are recalibrating ourselves, as you know, in your own like physical environment, energetical environment, is very important. It's very important to be not in I wouldn't say I don't want to use the word control, but aware.
Mm.
Need your me time, you time, downtime. Take that because that is timely. Nobody's right now digging the earth and plowing the fields. Everything is just awakening. So this thunder, for example, is the great annunciation of the spring, that the dragon is awakening. That means the alpine lakes are cracking, and that's the dragon's spine is right now is like only wiggling. It's only steering. It's not actually standing up and saying, hey, spring is here. No, it's gently preparing. So we have tendency to declutter. We have tendency to eliminate. We have tendency to discard that's broken or to release that's no longer, serve us. This is just a beautiful time. And I think today with this thunderstorm, rain, hail, and the sun at the end really inspired me to bring this energetical value for the difference. And one more thing regarding the wood chi. Metaphysically speaking, as energetically, there's a five elements, and people would say, well, Water feeds wood, wood creates fire, fire creates earth, and this is a creative cycle. Metaphysically speaking, I can ask your audience as well, how do you know? How does the wood energy manifests? And when we see the flames as a fire, what is it? The answer is that is a manifestation of water because the wood burns only because it's been nourished by water in a in its previous state as it was growing. And the fire, the flame that we see is the manifestation of that nurturing water that made the wood grow and see as our campfire to enjoy. It's deeper. We don't look at the items in Feng Shui if it's something made of wood, is the wood chi. That is earth, or that's metal because it's no more sprouting. It's already has went through the transformation. The wood chi is like a child. It's the playfulness. It's the spring and promise. These are the first flowers that are going to be blooming before the green leaves. That's a naivete of us. That's a child being of trying something new. That is a wood chi. And so I invite this also as a yin wood snake, be inspirational to awaken your inner child.
How beautifully said. And again, everything you said resonated with me so much. In this stage, I also feel like decluttering. I'm opening drawers that haven't been opened for years. And I found, let's say, some Sotheby's catalogs. They're big, like that much. I had a stint at Sotheby's in the auction house, like, and I was just calculating 8 years ago. Why am I still keeping those catalogs? So yes, I'm decluttering. So, and I invite everyone who is listening or watching, remove from your environment, remove from yourself everything that does not serve you, and open space for something new. Open space for the spring, for the flowers that are coming, the bird songs, more light. I was walking in Canizaro Park, my local park, and there's already a full garden of snowdrops. And the narcissus are coming as well. It's beautiful, beautiful.
So
But again, as you said, no hurry, right? Just enjoy every little. Like today, they're sprouting. In a few days, they're opening a little bit, and then more. Just enjoy all the process, right?
so why we even the Chinese astrology is relates to observing the cycles of time. It's a stepping of it's a continuous, and we are just as a human living, as a human life, we don't have the lifespan of the mountains, or lifespan of the rocks, or lifespan of the ocean. Either we are just temporarily visiting, and then we're releasing, we're transforming. Every single day, our cells are born and die. Every single night we fall asleep, we're practicing death, right? Nothing is
Wow.
promised. And the when we have this appreciation, the morning is also relates to the wood chi. The first hours awakening, that is a wood chi. For example, if I know we should have talked before about your chart. So, for example, you are born on the wood rabbit year. I don't know if you knew that. You maybe knew that you were a
I just
rabbit,
knew rabbit. Yeah.
but you were born in a Yin Wood rabbit year, and a young Earth rat month, the day of the Yin Wood rooster, and the Yin water goat. And you know what? If I would describe without not knowing you, I can instantly say, well, at heart, you are just love. the beauty. You have appreciation of everything that is glam and chiming and shining. And you also, for your appearance, like as a goat, is your way how you feel when you are come to the as a public, it's not for others, it's for you. That's what you're doing for yourself, because that is what you need as the water god, is this imagination, creativity, creative way you represent yourself. Then you have you're born on a wood rabbit year. That is another, the spring or morning hours are extremely important to you. The beginning of this year, how it transitioned, especially, I'm glad you're taking a little time kind of to yourself and slowing it down, because just by the end of March, you're gonna be are like bunnies all over the place. You're gonna be going and producing, and you're going to be busy but intuitive, because you're going to be reconnecting with the communities that are in alignment with your snake vision. And then we have a day masters wood rooster. Again, I am not surprised that you are doing a podcast. I'm not surprised that you are doing like a great at speaking, because roosters, what they do the best, they're very detail oriented. That's your diamond business. But they also what? They tell us when to get up and when to go to sleep, right? The roosters awakens us. What the privilege. So your way to express yourself and speak or do the podcast again becomes very natural. It doesn't have to be deep. It just have to be like chit-chatting, tea time, breakfast
Yeah.
coffee. So very simple. If you maintain that, then you go in, you aligned with your nature, and you can be more understanding who you are without changing yourself or rejecting yourself. That is the value of the Chinese astrology. Even before we go into describing the life patterns and where you are in your present moment, and what is the predisposition of this particular year, and what is the predisposition at birth, etc. So it's a very complex, but we can also look at in a very simple way. And I hope I was able to deliver the the idea.
Wow, it's beautiful what you said, because at the end, yes, we met in person in the beautiful city in Florence. We connected because the energy is just, we aligned, because with what we feel, with what we do, with people we inspire. So we met, but we don't really know each other that well. And right now, you describe me as someone who knows me. So that's beautiful. That just astrology alone, and understanding it, obviously, knowing it could describe a person. And you were spot on what you said about me. And in the previous thread of thought, you were saying something so important, that again you were bang on what's happening to me. And I'm sure people listening, they would also be like, oh, that's what I do, or this is what's happening to me. It's amazing, because you said we're choosing this year where we want to inspire, who, with what, if there's a talk, what is the subject. In fact, I'm delivering my first TEDx talk in May in Florence, so I'll see you again. And I had a different topic. And just 2, 3 days ago, I said, no, it doesn't resonate with me. It's not deep in my heart. And I changed it 2, 3 days ago. I changed it to something that is very deep for my heart. And it's not so much about, at first, I thought I'm going to be speaking and it's going to be about me having 24 years experience in the jewelry and diamond business and sustainability. But then I just went with my heart, and I'm going to do something that resonates with me on a different level, not professional, but more on a personal level. And I hope to inspire people. And yeah, it just happened. It just happened. I felt, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it, because this is your decade of establishing, expanding into the travels and your career. And if it's a new career, your new venue where your where your hobby might turn into your career, the secondary career, or side by side, especially when you do what you love. So
Yeah.
that is in your life chart. Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
one thing to Western astrology and Chinese astrology are very different. In Chinese astrology, we, by knowing individual potential based on the 12 animals, yin and yang, and five elements, there's the correlative way to looking at energy and looking at what it creates. The same way how we can recognize, oh, it feels like a winter, oh, feels like a summer, oh, feels like this. So the same way, there's the energetical patterns that we as the human beings express. This is how we also create attraction, right? There's just some people you attract because, oh, she's so dynamic. She's so like hands-on, or she's so thoughtful, or she's so intuitive, right? Oh, I love her deep way. So these are the energetical patterns that people do embody based, you can correlate to astrology, to the Chinese astrology. But it not necessarily is a rigid by, oh, this is predestined karma. And this is like, I'm born to do this, and this is a good or bad year. So in Chinese astrology, we don't talk about good or bad. We talk about identifying contrast, the difference. We identify what's timely. And that is the biggest tool that you get guided. What's timely, where to be in the right time, right place, with right people. That's how we utilize this skill.
It's a beautiful skill and knowledge, because now that you're saying that it's a good time for me to transition, or at least to enhance that hobby and passion that I have, because yes, I'm in the jewelry and diamond industry, and that's my main job and career. But for the last few years, I started coaching. I trained as a hypnotherapist, transformational therapist. I started public speaking. I mean, I've been trained for quite a few years. I'm a professionally trained public speaker, doing the TEDx, doing the podcast. I'm really transitioning or doing more of what I love. And what I love is speaking, sharing my message, sharing my knowledge, but not only mine, sharing your knowledge, sharing the amazing people that I know and I meet on my path, sharing their knowledge. And if you're saying it's the right time to do more of this, I feel amazing and I feel aligned and it feels right. And hearing it from you who understands and has the tools to say, yes, it's a good time to do more of this. I am
It's
very happy
perfect.
to hear that and I'm thankful.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I mean, one of the things that, for example, you are born on a day of the rooster, right? The yin rooster. So it's not the chicken, it's a rooster. You like to stand out. You like to
I do. Look at me. I mean, with a red hat and
hey, that's self-acceptance. I'm not asking you to change yourself. I'm asking enhancing yourself and identifying. For example, these are very, very concentrated descriptions of rooster. So roosters are very analytical. So I think the diamond business, because it's like, clothes are very precision, precise, there's a jewelry business in general, I think is a very good description for the roosters because it's a detail oriented, right? But then also like you love to speak, you express yourself, you to be like, make the point, bring the message. So when it's charged, it's critical, intelligent, confident, alert, social, dignified, articulate, forthright, spontaneous, inspired, financially adept, challenging, meticulous, and tidy. That is the very concentrated image of the rooster chi. When you deplete
yep,
it,
yep, I could tick all the boxes.
okay. But when you are, let's say, you're going through some challenges in life, or you're trying to adjust the day, or you're not feeling well, we have energetical kind of, you're out of balance. So you can start recognizing when you are volatile, rude, proud, argumentative, blunt, guard, tactless, close-minded, snobby, aloof, harshly competitive, and fanatical. These are the qualities of the rooster who is depleted. So if you feel that you in some kind of engagement, by no means have this interaction which like, no, me first, or no, I know what I'm doing, right? But maybe there was the a very genuine friends, people who you trust, a genuine reflection on something that maybe, hey, adjust. This is great, but not timely. So your response would give the like a cue. Are you fully charged? Are you depleted? And this could happen to all your four animals because you are synthesis of all four. You're not just one, the rabbit. You are the rooster, you are the rabbit, you are the goat, you are the rat. So this is all, you are synthesis of it. And that's what creates this beautiful, very unique, personalized tapestry of you. And this year, if you would ask me, what would be what is the potential? Where should I, out of all the areas I should be focusing, right? And that could be, partnerships, so could be health, could be, traveling, or I would say, first of all, focus and reset and arrange the things what we did the feng shui, get your property or long-term investments kind of to your liking. And the second of all, you have a great luck in keep your eyes open to engage in the new relationship, romantic relationship. It's a potential. Um, you're gonna step into as an entrepreneur in a in the career that you love. You must love what you do. That is your so maybe the situation when your hobby becomes your career, there we go. That is a potential of this year. As I'm looking at your chart right now, just giving you this like very, a few nuances. Teaching others, like if you said about TED Talk, absolutely, absolutely. You have a tutor star in your pleasure palace. If you love doing that,
I
it's a
do.
perfect time. This is a great time for you. Bring the message as a wisdom. Bring the message that it deepens the perspective. If it's a TED Talk, because it's a Yin Wood snake, use the magic, transform your message or viewpoint. The same way when I think I noticed you were when I said that the flame, when the wood burns, it's actually is a manifestation of water, right? Because it comes alive. And he's like, no, but that's the fire.
Yeah, fire is burning, flame is burning. How
Yeah,
are you using water? Yeah.
but you think about that log that is grown, it was nurtured by water. There's only way that log was able to grow was because it was nurtured by water. And because it's manifested, it's optimized, it's finally ready to be transformed to fire. Do you understand? It's like, I know it's maybe too deep,
Yeah, it
but,
is, and it's the first time I hear this concept. But I have a very open mind, so
but
I
think
hear it,
about your parents.
open to it, and I love looking at it in this way. Now, when I look at wood, I'll be sometimes seeing water.
Because think about like, let's relate to our ancestry, to our family. You have mother and father. As a child, you are wood she. The mother and father is the water because they were brought you to this earth. They were influencing you through the environment, talking, teaching, giving you that knowledge, and you were absorbing, absorbing, absorbing. Look at this lady now. You're in fire. You are manifestation of your parenting. Do you see that? So this is also a correlative way of thinking in five element. Like it's not just a wood as a wood, but I see like you as a child, you are the wood she, wood element, new beginning. And the parents are like, like pouring knowledge, nurturing, love, food, experience into you, right? You absorbing and growing, expanding. They are not by your side now to teach you how to use the Zoom, right? So your end result is the fire chi, how you manifest, but it comes for how you were raised. So maybe this is gives you a little bit of mm, other way to correlate to the message that I also want to inspire your listeners and those who are watching us is that don't take the feng shui or Chinese astrology or the, 12 animals and yin and yang and five elements in a very direct way. There's nothing direct, nothing so direct. There's essence stands behind. And that is the manifestation of the magic. How we relate, how we absorb, and what we do with it, how we apply it. That's alchemy. Feng Shui and astrology and observation is alchemy. And I want to celebrate this Yin Wood snake as a beautiful year of our opportunities to be the alchemists of our own.
Wow. So is the Chinese New Year tomorrow? Is that when the celebration starts? From tomorrow?
Yes. So the new moon
It's
is today.
tomorrow.
Like, it's basically we're transitioning tonight to the new moon. So the first lunar day of the first new moon calendar based on a lunar calendar is year starts tomorrow. Based
29th of January, 2025.
yes, but based on a solar cycle. There's a lunar cycle and solar cycle. Based on the solar cycle, the year starts on February 3rd. And that is important for me when I do the feng shui. Because for me to identify, what's your directionality number, who you are, what's the best directions for you, etc. I calculate based on the solar calendar. And that is information on a living yang qi where the lunar calendars also could be based on the records of 10,000 records that we do, observing, meticulously, Tangshu calendar. I mean, there's a lot of different tools that we can use, but that's like comes from the past as almost like a huge library to it.
Wow, very, very, very interesting. So before I ask the questions that I always ask, so what is if you had to give a sum up or suggestions, something for everyone, like what could everyone do in the year of the wood snake? Or what could they change to live better in the year of the snake?
Okay. Well, first of all, everybody can benefit by grounding, like really looking at the present moment and be realistic about their present situation, like almost like having a self-reflection, mirror effect, like really standing and identifying who you are today. That is the present moment. Looking at the sequence of the timing of this year, this is also until at least end of March, I suggest to everybody be observant, don't push, don't judge, don't be loud and proud. Be genuinely flexible, calm, slow down. Okay. Because even like right now, the ox month, the back ox is very patient. The patience. If we can, everybody can talk, increase the patience and tolerance through the year. It will be exceptional results. The world will gonna feel better. Be selective to your passions and kind of, because the snake is also there, gives you the inner reflection and intuition, like a magical feeling to it. So you will work with your intuitive, your spiritual way. I think the awareness of the spiritual realm, not only on the material, physical realm, but connecting to that soul or connecting to God or to spirit or to nature, just the nature, is already um, tapping into the chi, the energy of the Yin Wood snake. Relatedness and creating your community. Again, there's no way that we can expect that somebody is going to do things for you. Remember, snakes don't have hands. Snakes don't have feet, right? We can only mingle with the body and relate how we feel in a companionship. So mindfulness of not being rigid, oh, I need to go to this meeting, that meeting, going like a very, but be mindful where you put your energy towards. So this particular year, networking, like speaking, networking, creating your community, fellowship of your community is extremely important. Certain signs has a better luck. That could be, for example, the rats are. That's for the big transformation year for the if somebody's born in the year of a rat. They continue. For the oxes, this is another, if the patience is there, but needs to be adding of flexibility, right? It's also a good year. If you talk about tigers have to just fulfilling. They have the spirituality and energetical aspect is there. They just need a little bit of eagerness and hunger, like to leap for the opportunities, right? They have enough patience, but not now. Like for tigers to manifest things, I will be towards the April and May. When we talk about dragons, well, dragons are just the plowing it through and continue as long as they're serving others. They are amazing leaders. So the year of a snake allows them to continue the work that they started to finish till the end of the 2026. The snakes are also magically our companions. This is a perfect year for snakes to build their community and also come to like being like in a very elegant manner to deliver, but effortlessly. Remember, because a snake is in a spotlight in the summer when it's leisurely on its rock. Everybody walk around because they are aware, oh, snake, right? So, and the shedding the skin, that's the shedding, everybody going to be shedding. Everybody going to be resetting it. So that's kind of common to it. Horse. Horse is unstoppable, right? It's a rigid doer, but this time is like better to hold your kind of reins because the year of a horse is the next one. And that is want to be like energetically, you want to pull back a little bit um, to be more selective of the things you want to do. So if you have a goat or sheep in your chart, be persuasive and help humanity because that's the natural way of the goat, be humanitarian. And there's the artistic way and a new way expressing yourself. And that is for you. You can find you can do your image change. You can do your new business card. You can do the new coloring. You can set up a new logo, for example. You can do the new motto because you are hour of the goat. So these are the qualities going to be amazing for you personally. Then if we talk about monkeys, monkey is the high rise of this year. That is if there's a monkey, anyone who has a monkey character, monkey year or hour, this is a huge, huge opportunity that is like almost like a riding, like being hands in hand with a dragon, because that's in a trinity. And there's a secret friend because um, snake promotes monkey to focus. So you're becoming like a focal point for it. Then the rooster, diligent, has to be observant, refine the skills. That's another go and learn. So if you need to refine your skills, because your day master is a rooster, do that this year. It's perfect. It's very timely. Um, no long way strategy thinking. If you think too long, you think wrong. That should be your mantra. Something that is spontaneous, like today. This
Yeah.
is for such a spontaneous podcast.
Yeah.
Dogs being so, so loyal by nature, this year during the snake is also building relationships, refreshing the relationships and partnerships, and personal growth is going to be very important for the dog characters. And the pigs, this is abundance, abundance for the nurturing, because pigs are alchemists by nature, similar to snakes, and but they are opposite. They are very differently presenting themselves. They can relate to anyone at every time, and the influence of the like a calm and clarity from the snake that will enhance the pig's way of looking at 2025. So this is gets really, really concentrated, quick run through for 12 animals for Year of the Yin Wood snake, and I hope you enjoyed it. And that,
Oh,
ta-da!
this is a beautiful gift from you to the world,
To the community.
giving
I
to
want to
the
relate to the community. Yes, I love what I do. I know you love what you do. And yeah, I'm very happy that whatever this, as you know, we don't write our speeches. I just
No, it's
talk from my
totally
heart.
unscripted. We just felt, we are both very intuitive. We just felt, I remember, oh my God, the new year is coming. I reached out to you. Let's do the astrology. Let's give this to the world. And you gave to
If
everyone, everyone could get so much wisdom from just listening to this podcast. I'm getting goosebumps. But that's how strongly I feel about sharing. And okay, so there's something for everyone in this podcast. And there's a few questions I still want to ask. If you do have the time to dedicate us, do you have a few more minutes?
I have all the time for you.
Amazing. Thank you. So generous. Okay, so one, what is success for you? That I'm fascinated by the word and how people view it. So what's success?
Loving what I do and genuinely sharing, unconditionally loving what I do and sharing the wisdom, the experience, the knowledge, and not asking, like having the practice that is just there. Not have like not having a practice as exchange. Because
Mm.
people in many ways they would do things for you if you receive something in return.
So it's
That
buying
is
and selling.
right, and which is I think is not generosity. So genuinely and like generosity, it pays back because divine, I believe the divine, I'm always I'm always guided, and the divine always sees, you know, where to add more, where to hold back, and it evens out, even sometimes energetically. Some things once like wants everything out of me, then at some point the reward comes, from other angle unexpectedly. And I believe that comes around, goes around. So I think that's what the success is, surrendering to divine.
Wow, I'm aligned with every word you say. Is success having anything to do with being financially rewarded or financially? rich?
Um, so abundance and being rich is, I think there's a difference.
Yes. What's the difference for you?
For me is that, well, money exchange in genuinely, I love what I do. I use other services. I think money exchange is a very appropriate energy exchange. And I believe a lot of healers around the world, then they say, oh, we don't charge, then they also get depleted and then they cannot sustain. So we have to kind of embrace what is our relationship to abundance, relationship to money. Okay.
And if
I
you
love
view money as energy exchange, then it makes it totally
and it,
okay. It's a mindset shift.
yeah. So I love to be generous, right? And then I think this is where the way the paying clients, they don't question, they invest in me or in themselves because the value added, service, right? We are in a service industry, astrology, feng shui, design, interior design. This is like I cannot write this. I cannot, like, you are unique and I'm unique, right? And
Yeah.
however we communicate, this is something that it's a transformative, like it's transformation within, right?
There's no
Uh,
price for this. What you do, what I do, when we transform lives, there's no price for it.
it's priceless. It's a value added. You cannot. So, and I think this is why the right clients come and knock at our doors because that's what we're supposed to. So I believe in this, genuinely believe, because there's a for the right situation, people find me on Yelp, people find me on Google, people find me like, sometimes I randomly, I don't even say what hey, you need the feng shui, or no, you need a read. I don't do that. It's just not ethically, right? But those who find and hear, there's alignment, there's a divine timing. I find that I have to be on the line and I have something to give that you can benefit and vice versa, or they can kind of, I can benefit because they contribute. So there's always this mutual exchange. Um, and that's what makes difference between rich, because rich, sometimes they're not necessarily are happy, but abundant, you don't have a millions in a bank accounts, but you feel abundantly rich the way you feel about your surroundings, about people who you have, the relationship you have, the health you have, the the wisdom that you gain, the openness, like open-mindedness, or so yeah, there are so many different ways to look at the richness that it's not just expressed rich, just rich.
Love, 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 love how you explain it. And my next question, and I believe is very much linked to it, and maybe you have even answered it, but maybe you could sum it up. What's happiness
What's happiness?
for
Self-accept,
you?
self-acceptance.
Mm.
This is like when they're saying that I love when you expect, you get disappointed. I like surprises. I love that, like when you expect nothing and experience everything.
Oh, oh, Aelita, I think you're a sister from another mother. Because
Right.
it's when you're speaking, I feel my heart is speaking. I feel so strongly about that. Okay, I'm approaching my 50s and perimenopause, so my memory is I get
Your memory, then we need to kind of charge your kidneys. That's in the Chinese. So every morning,
tell me.
rub your hands, put on your kidneys, and rub your kidneys
Okay.
every morning and stretch, and then you go down, stretch. So you just need to kind of charge it. So the short-term memory,
Yeah.
weakness, kidney channels.
It's amazing. This tip, ladies, listen to it because so many people are in my situation. You get to that midlife amazing stage. I don't think I'm in crisis. I'm
Self-accepting.
I'm in
That's the
awe of,
thing.
huh?
Self-accepting and aging gracefully, accepting it. That is the key. I think we'll never age then. If we start thinking about age, oh, I'm going to be 50, 60, whatever. I mean, there's an inner child within us.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
need to cultivate that. Don't suppress. Don't suppress. You
You are
know?
my sister.
You're my
You're my
sister.
sister because, yeah, and I believe part of my success or happiness, because people are drawn to me, for not everyone, of course, people who are drawn to me, I believe this is what they find in me, and I see it in you, the inner child. I didn't kill my child. The inner child is there. I love what you were saying, surprises. And I give you a beautiful example. A friend of mine invited me, and because I love the friend, I said I'm coming. And I looked at the venue, some concert venue, but it wasn't Royal Albert Hall or National Opera House. So it wasn't anything glam, or at least that's what I thought.
I
And
know you love the spark. I know you love the bling bling spark. So
exactly, usually would be, I have to go for the big bang. But when it's a friend who you value, it doesn't matter where she is inviting me. And look at that. So I looked at the venue, I don't know where it is. I put it in my navigation. I didn't look at the description of what the concert was like. I'm like, music and a friend, perfect evening.
yeah.
So I arrived there, and to my surprise, it's a beautiful, elegant, amazing new venue. And the concert was, I thought it was a small church classical concert. No, it was a private performance by Lang Lang.
Oh my
And
God.
imagine. So this is what you were describing. I'm just giving the example of it. This is how I live. I don't research. I like someone. I want to invite them to the podcast, or I want to get to know them, but I don't research them. Same with I like a product, or I want to train and buy a course. I do all of this by intuition, and I leave space for surprises. And it's amazing.
One saying just came to my mind, and that's my mantra. No expectations, no disappointments.
Yes, absolutely. Life is so simple. It's just humans overcomplicate it. And when we strip out, and at this beautiful stage in life, after we have had some experience, after we have made quite a lot of mistakes, this is, when we get to this understanding, then I believe life from now on is easier because of what you say. If we manage to accept ourselves, if we remove the expectations, if we understand that richness is in feeling the abundant, in feeling that you've got everything that you were dreaming about, and in gratitude, then life becomes easy.
Yep. Yep. That's perfect.
Okay, now the crown question of my podcast, Aelita, show me your diamond. And it's a beautiful one. Tell me, do you want to share a story about this, the your diamond, about favorite jewelry, what jewelry means for you?
Jewelry means a lot. I remember the time in my life um, when I would have a silver ring, different type, almost on every my finger, and I would have the bracelets with this. So my hands would be kind of, almost like I felt like it's 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 protecting myself,
Wow. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And
Jewelry
then
can be protection. Amazing how you said it.
like quarter like I'm thinking I went through these stages in life when I would love the silver and I would have everything silver, or I would love I love, actually I do love,
Oh, I wanted to ask you about your earrings. They're gorgeous. Tell
yeah,
me.
this is amazing, this is a jade, and I
Oh,
wore this specifically for the Chinese New Year. I
I'm so lucky to be speaking to you at the eve of the Chinese New Year. I
Yes,
mean,
yes, yes. Yeah, this is the beautiful.
it
I don't know if you
is
can.
gorgeous. What intricate work.
Yeah, yeah. I was there's the jade bird, and my maiden name is Putniya, which is the little bird.
Oh,
So it kind of gives me a chance to think about it. Um, I like that just a meaningful thing. So um, I'm not into more, but every single thing that I have, like my dragon here, my cinnabar dragon for abundance, it's just a reminder, how we energetically connect to things. Um, Based on the kind of Chinese view, on the like a Asian philosophy point of view, I want to also, Chinese did not like diamonds because that would attract the envy of others, energetical envy. They would prefer humble jade
yeah,
that you can
jade is
actually,
beautiful.
right, you can look through the light in your own, like through the candle light and see the lines, how it reflects through, and the mineral qualities, where the energetical quality of the diamond would have been, well, goes through like a hard pressure and reshaping it, but it brings the brilliance of the light. So nowadays there's this you know, it depends who can carry the diamond as well. So we have to be mindful. Can we feel confident being in that spotlight? Are we okay to attract that, in case to stay the energetical potency from the others? Because you look at something that's like, well, does that make you somebody envy of you? Or that makes you kind of, oh, okay, he promised his love and commitment. So there's a different ways you can look at it. So, but that's maybe this for another podcast.
Yep,
Sorry.
yep, yeah. I mean, we could talk jewelry, a full podcast length, and
I
there's,
would love that. I would love that.
I'm extracting just lots of smaller diamonds from you now, in a shape of your wisdom. So
Thank you.
I would like to ask, so if someone is listening, watching us, and they totally align with your energy, and they feel that you could enhance their life, what could you do, for people? How do they reach you? How do they find you? And what kind of services, and how do you work with private clients?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. As you know, we both love what we do.
Yeah,
Uh, Website would be first, aelitaleto.com, which is AELITALETO.com. Woo! I don't know if you can
yeah,
hear that. So I provide the feng shui. I'm a classically trained, so classical feng shui, especially for people who are in a position of building or modeling or redesigning their properties or redesigning their new homes or retreat centers, larger projects, smaller projects. So land selecting. This is all where we can use classical feng shui. And we personalize by analyzing also natal chart or based on your time and birth details, that it gets personalized by making adjustments within your home. So that's the metaphysical feng shui and astrology. But also for clients who would like to suggestions for interior design or medical qigong, that is also another venue. Anything in that way. Um, our social media, the Instagram. Those who are in US, Yelp is very good. Google, you can find me on Google, just Aelita Leto Feng Shui, and I'll be there. On my website, there's a free 15-minute discovery call. They can sign up, or right now the service for astrology readings are available also on my website under the services. So Zive Doshu.
amazing. And
So
I will put the link in the description of the podcast so people could find you easier, because I believe you need to be discovered. You are a diamond to shine in the world, because
yeah,
your energy is beautiful and your teachings are beautiful. And as you said, we're so unique, like the diamonds. We are unique because you have trained from this person, from that, from classical, from ancient, from, so you have so much knowledge, but then you're also you, and your life experience shaped you in such a way that there's no one that could provide exactly what you can provide. Same thing with me, same thing with everyone, embracing that we are unique, embracing that we are strong and powerful, but also embracing our vulnerability. This is the magic. And as you saw, just a little glimpse of the personalized services. When so Aelita first, she gave a little advice or observation for everyone for the new year, new Chinese year, new lunar year. And then she went into a little bit of details for me personally, because she has my birth date and my four animals. And that's amazing, really, thinking about that we all are a combination of all those. Are there four animals that we are? Yeah, the
so
hour.
yeah, so basically we correlating your day, your hour, your month, and year
Okay.
is expressed through each animal, yin and yang, and five elements. So it depends what day you are born and what hour you are born. That makes a difference.
Yeah, and that's fascinating. Looking at myself as those four animals, it's stunning, and embracing, looking at the good qualities, but also a little bit of the shadow qualities. And as you said, not seeing them as bad qualities, or
No, it's
but
depleted.
understanding. Yeah, I loved what you said. Once you feel like you're behaving as the negative
Not
patterns of your
negative,
animal,
depleted. Don't use negative. Use depleted.
Depleted. So you understand you're depleted. You just need recharging.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
yeah.
And before we go, I wanted to actually something personally that you said to me that is good for me for, I don't know, either new business or more of what I'm passionate about. I wanted to ask you. So I'm very passionate about teaching also people about the water they should be drinking. I have joined this revolution, and I drink alkaline water. And I now feel, and I decided that this year I'll be educating people on the benefits of drinking the right kind of water, living water, alkaline water, anti-aging, antioxidant. And also there's an anti-radiation, anti-noise radiation device by this Japanese company. So do you think it's a good time for me to also embrace and do more in that? Because I believe I'll totally link it to my public speaking, to my to teaching people, and to the health and wellness area that I am in, and beauty, of course.
Of course. Um, I would, my suggestion, my recommendation would be if it's something very new that you picked up just recently, be patient and explore the experience
Okay.
for a little longer, that you can gain the confidence. Because when we experience for a couple months or couple of day weeks, it's maybe placebo, like kind of, oh, because you're excited about it. But I would give you a tip that you build the confidence in that area, like as an expert.
Mm-hmm.
And that with the snake year, that gives you like a little bit more like towards the May, June, then you're like, okay, now I learned all the pros and cons. I would look at the competitors. I would look at the what's not seen. There's a fabulous colleague of mine in Latvia who has established he all about the water. And there's even the application where you can test, and it is all like gives all the spectrum of any kind of water, the bottles, whatever, from the areas, so you can kind of maybe put your connection. But my idea is bring your confidence and experience a little longer than the newness of excitement.
Mm-hmm. Mhm. Yeah, I've been drinking it for a year and a half. So it's not, it just, I haven't been speaking about it too much because I wanted to gain more, to have more experience. I've known about this water for 10 years and more. I finally invested in the medical device producing that water a year and a half ago. And now I feel I'm ready to tell other people.
Sure. So,
But
in
I won't be in a hurry. As you said, I won't be in a hurry
yeah,
because
and you always can bless your water. You can change the every time you can purify and bless your water every single time. Water is magnetic to your divine to whatever religion. I always bring the light, the prayer, the purging, the purification, the healing.
how do
So,
you bless the water? What would be your advice to people before we drink? What do we do? Because you did something very complicated with your hands, very beautiful. So
well,
how people
so
who are
it has its own. So there is the ritualistic aspect. So when we protect the rituals, it's the empowerment, right? The ritualistic, like the way we can approach. Like I can say, like I can transform the water. Right as I'm speaking right now, I'm speaking to this water. And actually, this water helped me to also with this amazing podcast because that was magnetic. This water, this I think this morning with the thunder and lightning and now I'm holding this water that actually listened to everything that we shared, right? It just is super, super charged. So for those who don't know, and I've been noticing maybe this is like a very, I believe this is a very important tip. If you are in a yoga studio, if you are in any kind of a center or whatever you are when you carry your water and you put the water down and people purge energetically. And as I've noticed in these yoga studios a lot, that people would bring their water bottle, they would put it down on the ground
yeah.
by their side, and then they go through the practice. Guess what? All the all the purging energetical quality is already is settling, and the water is like a magnet, and then they consume back to it. So that's one of the like a big no-no. What not to do is to try not to put your water container sort of on the ground where you practice or where things get purged energetically, physically, and spiritually. That's number one. The second of all, anything that brought to you, you can just reach out like your hands, is the large, like energetically these are the like humongous. If somebody would put in a natural drawing the energetical reception of my thought process, what I do, I'm just reach out to the light and I bring that light through my intention. So I imagine, my imagination creates the mind creates chi, and chi allows this water to become. So you can imprint with love, with kindness, with anything, with healing. So you can enhance in feng shui by actually, even if you're looking into the east, where's the rising sun, if you need to improve your health and energetical, you also face that direction. Before you take your medicine, you pray over. You say, God divine, because they said doctors treat, God heals, right?
Yeah.
So this year, even with year of a snake, gives you all these amazing opportunities to become manifested, like to becoming alchemists, to become the mystics and create the magic. But you can be in that position. I don't need to create the magic for you. You create the magic for you. You do it for yourself. That is empowerment of the Yin Wood snake. I had a beautiful pray over here, so I'm gonna drink it to all. And
When I met Aelita, we also were lucky to share a meal together, and I saw how she was blessing the food before she ate. It's such a beautiful soul. Um, I think enough wisdom from you today because you have so much. I think we could stay for hours. Maybe we should record a course, Aelita. There's so much.
A good idea.
That's a good idea. And then maybe for sure, I want to record a podcast on the water. When I'm ready to talk about more about the water, we could do something just telling people from what I know about the water and from what you know about the divine water. And this will be very powerful because we're 75% water. Water is very important for us, for our health and our well being. And on this subject, I propose we close this beautiful episode. I'm grateful to you for your time, for your wisdom, for your knowledge.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Happy New Year. Be divine. Manifest whatever you desire.
Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to you, um, beautiful audience of ours.
Let's reach the community that belongs
Yes,
to us and where we belong.
we create and we enhance our community.
Amen.
Amen. Bye, darling.
Ciao.
Ciao.